This is Life in the 1900s newspapers, where I read the actual words from old newspapers to you. Today, we will be reading a newspaper from the Roaring Twenties. You will see as we are reading that the decade of the 20s had its highs and lows. Today's newspaper is The State from Columbia, South Carolina, dated Saturday morning, March 24th, 1928. Wants to exchange seat. Peggy Cleary wants to pay $300,000 out of the $500,000 she made recently for a seat in the New York Stock Exchange. No woman has ever traded on the exchange floor.
George Gershwin, star of an age of great songwriters, refines the jungle rhythms of jazz for the unrefined, and band leader Paul Whiteman interprets them for those hell-bent on going places and doing things. Restraint, manners, morals, bush war, nerds, banana oil. The shell shock of war and the cynicism that followed changes all that. This is a new day. All gods are dead, all wars fought, and all faiths shaken, according to Scott Fitzgerald. But Edna St. Vincent Millay hits the nail on the head. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes, and oh, my friends, it gives a lovely light. So let's jazz it up. Let's neck. Let's pet. Maybe we'll even get blotto. Ain't we got fun?
Adam and Eve divorced, Portland, Oregon. Divorce today severed the nuptial ties of Mrs. Edna Mae Dunn and Lowell Dunn, who began married life a few years ago with an Adam and Eve honeymoon. Mrs. Dunn, who as a bride lived about 2 weeks in the wilds of Washington State in a costume of ferns, while her husband speared salmon and hunted game, was granted a decree on showing that her husband was too much addicted to liquor. He was ordered to pay her $40 a month alimony. Carolinians ride with Flying Fool. Washington, March 23rd. Mrs. Hampton P. Fulmer of Orangeburg, South Carolina, wife of Representative Fulmer, today saw Washington from the air as a guest of Colonel Charles A. Lindbergh. Colonel Lindbergh is taking congressmen and their wives for rides to show how safe he believes aviation to be. Miss Anna Smith and Ellison D. Smith, Jr., daughter and son of Senator Smith of South Carolina, also were taken for a ride by Colonel Lindbergh.
Charles Augustus Lindbergh will attempt what no man has ever dared. He will attempt to fly the Atlantic non-stop, New York to Paris, alone, all alone. Lindbergh and other pilots, some of them famous, are after a $25,000 prize offered by a hotel owner. But it is the young unknown stunt flyer, wing walker, male pilot who moves first. The man, a monoplane he calls the Spirit of St. Louis, the partnership Lindy calls We. With 4 sandwiches and 3 letters of introduction, we, alone, take off from soggy Roosevelt Field on this dismal morning, May 20th. The time, 7:52 a.m. The goal, Paris. But Paris is 3,610 miles away. Throughout the world, there is only one story, Lindbergh. One single emotion sweeps the United States. 120 million people merge their hopes, their prayers, their aspirations with a lone boy challenging hostile, limitless space. Outside Paris at Le Bourget airfield, 100,000 Frenchmen. A chill wind is blowing. Then, exactly 10:16 p.m., a sound out of the darkness of night, the throb of a single engine. Cette fois, ça va. This time, it is done. Lindbergh home from Paris surpasses them all. As usual, Will Rogers sums it up. The great thing Lindbergh demonstrates is that a person can still get the entire front page without murdering anybody. America turns in relief and thanksgiving from crime and cynicism and scandal to gallantry and courage and adoration of a 25-year-old boy who personifies both.
Kitty McKay. The girlfriend says that a woman's favorite indoor sport is changing the furniture around. One of the highs in the 20s were the newspaper comics. Here's the Gumps. Atlas upholding the freight house.
This makes 11 pianos I've had this morning. I'm not a freight handler. I'm a house mover. The rest of the gang are trucking feathers, lamp chimneys, and soap bubbles, while I'm handling nothing but cornerstones and suspension bridges. I'm the Cinderella of this freight house. Uncle Tom would sell his cabin if he had to slave like I do. Stooping over all day is making my backbone feel like a piece of garden hose with the cramps. Oh well, I suppose the boss knows it takes a big man to do a big job. The biggest saw always gets the heaviest logs.
Dance the Charleston.
control, say more political economists, may work for world peace. Yes, great-grandmother had 18 children, grandmother had 8, mother has 4. Logically, the next generation would cut this to 2, and the generation after that, 1, and so on, until 3 or 4 more generations, there will be nobody left to fight. Sometimes the girl helps her bashful lover out, and sometimes her father does it. It is a wise father that convinces children the parade is all there is to the circus. Today's radio programs. Features on the air. 6 o'clock, Waldorf Astoria Orchestra. 7, South Sea Islanders, ukuleles, guitars, and songs. In the 20s, everyone was listening to their radio. And who did they listen to? Well, one of the most popular singers was Rudy Vallee, who played the saxophone and was a band leader. Take a listen to his voice.
And for the next few minutes, you are going to be entertained by Rudy Vallee and his Connecticut Yankees.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kid.
Brand new Rio closed car, never been driven, will sell at big reduction. K10, care of the state. For sale, one Ford Coupe, $95. Apply to R.W. Bass, Lorick & Lawrence Incorporated, Columbia, South Carolina. We sell the best used cars in town. Palmetto Motor Car Company, 805 Main, phone 7081. In 1920, thanks to Henry Ford's inventive assembly line, a new car came out of the shop every 2 hours.
Folks who don't even own a bathtub own a Model T, a Tin Lizzie. After all, you can't drive into town in a bathtub.
Schoolgirls hurt in motor mishap. Rock Hill, March 23rd. Miss Gladys Elmore and Miss Lucy Ferris, Rock Hill High School girls, are in a hospital tonight, each with a compound fracture of one leg as a result of an automobile collision at a street intersection this afternoon. Miss Hattie Lou Ferris, a third occupant of the car, was slightly injured, while Leonard Elmore, brother of Gladys and driver of the car, escaped with minor cuts and bruises. The party was proceeding home in the Bethesda community when the car collided with a car driven by Y.B. Beckler, a Rock Hill man. The injured were rushed to a hospital where the examination showed no apparent internal injuries. Police said that the accident appeared unavoidable and that no arrests were probable. The 20s driver was often inexperienced. And there were many accidents. Whoop! Watch out! Starts today, 9 a.m., rain or shine. Smart Set, 1612 Main Street. Greatest value giving event of beautiful, crispy new frocks. Reorganization sale. 2 dresses for the price of 1. 2 for only $15. Summer's newest hats, $1.39. Values to $5. The highlight in the 20s was women, the flappers, who now could vote and smoke and wear shorter skirts. Those of you who subscribe to my channel know that I always include a flapper alert in the 1920s newspapers. Today's flapper is Pola Negri.
I always mind my business, keep going right along.
And if you mind your business, you'll never get in wrong.
I've got a brand new sweetie, not fatter, not too thin.
Yes, you love to rave about her.
But please don't listen in.
No,
How I love her and she loves me.
that's nobody's business.
How she can kiss, believe me this.
That's nobody's business.
We met the preacher yesterday.
Well, tell me what you have to say.
How I love her and she loves me.
It's nobody's business.
Ah, she's so pretty and she's so cute.
That's nobody's business.
And how she looks in a bathing suit.
That's nobody's business.
I love this baby, there's no doubt.
Does she know what it's all about?
But where we go when we step out,
It's nobody's business. You know, that's a very, very good idea, Bill.
yes, sir. You've heard of rubber garters. No metal can touch you.
Yes, you ever heard of a brand of pickles? And also toothpaste, too?
Now you can tell a motor car, they advertise them so.
Ah, but when I met your sweetie,
Say, I also want you to know.
What?
She bobs her hair and takes a smoke.
that's nobody's business.
She rolls her socks and tells a joke.
That's nobody's business.
Oh, she's so lovely, she's so sweet.
And when you dine, you always treat.
How she can eat and eat and eat.
It's nobody's business. Say, Bill, what was this you were telling me about some fellow writing you a letter to keep away from his girl?
Well, I did get a letter from a fellow asking me to keep away from his girl, and it has me worried, Ernie.
Worried, Bill? Why?
Well, the fella didn't sign his name to the letter, so I don't know which girl to keep away from. But this little girl I'm singing about, she's my new girl, and she's my regular sweetie. And she's a wow, I love her how.
That's nobody's business.
Oh, yes, sir, she's my baby now.
That's nobody's business.
I don't know what this baby's got.
But what she's got a lot.
And does she do the Charleston hot?
It's nobody's business.
How she can dance, how she can sing is nobody's business. She's got a collar and a diamond ring that's nobody's business. She's got a cozy little flat. Oh, she's got this and she's got that. But where this baby got them at is nobody's business. Where were you last night, Ernie?
That's nobody's business, Bill.
Gotta give these guys credit for trying. Says defense was preposterous. Judge Ernest F. Cochran, before imposing sentence yesterday on O.B. Jeffcoat and Brian Lucas for possession of articles designed for the manufacture of liquor, described their defense. That the cap for a still which was submitted in evidence was a hot water brooder for baby chicks, as the most preposterous defense he had heard in his experience in federal court. The case was continued from Thursday, and the jury found them guilty yesterday morning. Judge Cochran imposed a fine of $500 each for possession of the equipment and $1 each for possession of a half-gallon of liquor. Almeda Hamilton pleaded guilty to possession of whiskey and was given a $100 fine and sentenced to be confined in the Aiken County Jail until the fine be paid. Sentence was suspended. Luther Guerin pleaded guilty to possession of homebrew and was fined $100 and sentenced to be held in the Lexington County Jail until the fine was paid.
Bootleg hooch becomes the dictator in the revolution of manners and morals, and it also becomes a major industry, developing its own techniques of packaging, shipping, and merchandising. Entry into a speakeasy becomes a national ritual. No, I don't know you, says the bouncer. Joe sent me, pleads the thirsty citizen. Membership card? Money? Well, that's different. Come right on in and name your poison. Nobody knows how dry I am. Every sip of scotch, every swallow of gin is a violation of the law of the land. But happy scofflaws are sipping and swallowing from coast to coast. And between martinis, one of them sums up the tea-hound's attitude toward the 18th Amendment. Prohibition is an awful flop. We like it. It can't stop what it's meant to stop. We like it. It's left a trail of graft and slime. It's filled our land with vice and crime. It don't prohibit worth a dime. Nevertheless, we're for it. Ships can't bring in the stuff fast enough to quench the great American thirst. Alky cooking and hideaway booze factories turns out raw whiskey on a mass production basis. But the customer is always told, it's just off the boat. Between hooch and beer, the profits of bootlegging run into real dollars, tens of millions. Like any other business, it's thoroughly and efficiently organized, but with some additional complications. Business rivals are out to kill you, and the occupational hazard is hijacking. Gun barrels and beer barrels are a highly compatible combination, and so profitable that the boys can't resist moving into other lines of work. Now all you have to do is pay tribute to the gangs, and if you don't, all the gangsters have to do is wreck your business. A simple, reasonable arrangement, unless you become too objectionable. In that case, a representative from Consolidated Rackets Incorporated pays a routine business call. Gang warfare. The gangsters turn against themselves. They slaughter each other. Murder becomes synonymous with Chicago, that toddling town. It's the day of Little Caesar, the underworld big shot. Jack Legs Diamond and Diane O'Banion, Johnny Torrio and Machine Gun Kelly. Sure, there's an arrest now and then for appearance's sake, but the legal department of Rackets Unlimited specializes in what is technically known as putting in the fix and beating the rap. And all real gangsters do just that. Public enemy number one, they don't come any bigger than Alpha. Al has risen to control a crime and vice syndicate that grosses $100 million a year, deploys an army of 700 thugs and gunmen, and corrupts, dominates the city of Chicago. Render unto Caesar, everyone does.
Did you know, to get around the Prohibition rules, some places sold bricks made out of grapes? Take a look. Now for items of interest in the world of sports. Tilden shows return to form, Augusta, Georgia. William T. Tilden, second, hard push to win his match yesterday in the Davis Cup tennis test play, and whipped the day before, had less difficulty today in beating Edward Bud Chandler, Harvard law student, 4-6, 6-2, 6-1, 7-5, in a match that was comparatively easy sailing for the first set. Gossip of the Ring, New York. While the New York Athletic Commission today delayed whatever action it might have in mind on Gene Tunney's failure definitely to accept one of the challengers on the commission's list, the acorn of aspirants for a shot at the heavyweight crown grew to a sturdy oak.
This is an age of idols and ballyhoo, and the world of sports supplies plenty of both. There is a made-to-order idol for every pocketbook. Pick your winner and win with him. And there are some great winners, Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney, with the long count and that $2 million gate. Sports are big business and everybody's business. Name your stadium, it'll be filled. Tilden will fill it. So will Man of War. So will the Sultan of Swat, the Galloping Ghost, and the Fourth Horseman. Gertrude Ederle will draw the crowds as soon as she gets ashore, and Bobby Jones need never worry. Give us this day our daily circus at Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, at Yankee Stadium, Soldiers Field, or the Polo Grounds, at Notre Dame or Illinois, at the Indianapolis Speedway or Churchill Downs, at Army or Navy, at any old place. Rah, rah, rah! Come on, babe, hit one for me.
And finally, on October 29th, 1929, the biggest low of the decade, the stock market crash, known as Black Tuesday.
All over here in Wall Street. The oracles still sound off, a technical readjustment, and the market rallies. Stocks always go up, don't they? Down go the common stocks. Down, down, down they go. Tuesday, October 29th, 1929, in history's worst panic, over 16 million shares are dumped on the market. Over $14 billion go with them, and so goes the confidence of a nation. Wall Street lays an egg, and so do the 20s. The greatest gaudiest spree in history is over. The people have had one too many. Margin, more margin, there isn't any more margin. Hallelujah.